Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and beautiful little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you most deliciously wherever you are in the world. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, my juicy little lights. Thank you, little lights. You're delicious and bright. Yes, they are, aren't they, my delicious little babies? Now then, it's nearly quarter past, that doesn't mean no, just got an itch. Nearly quarter past 1 in the afternoon in our old England, my delicious little babies. There's no sunshine. The sky is very grey. They've had the zums going up, honestly. I mean, it was covered, my delicious little babies. Do you understand what I mean? That doesn't mean no. Anyway, and it's, it's going chillier. But there is good news, my delicious little babies. This morning, my boiler is a back a rocking and a rolling. Okay, my delicious little babies. It was a problem that I could not repair. I couldn't fix. Okay, my delicious little babies, because like I said, I could go on YouTube and then, type in what boiler I've got, and then you can usually solve the problem. But in this case, my delicious little babies, it was the actual circuit. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, I've not long had my boiler, for those of you, my delicious little babies, who listen to myself regularly. Bless you, and how I love you also, okay? Who gets to see my videos these days? Not many. And so bless you and thank you. But yes, so it's the actual circuit itself. Well, I mean, the boiler's only, a few months old, my delicious little babies, or a couple of months. So I did say to not in that way, the dear boiler gentleman, I did say to him, I said, well, really, I said, it shouldn't break down that quickly, should it? And of course, it's a Baxi, so it's classed as a very good make, apparently. Anyway, he said, well, occasionally this does happen, my delicious baby. So, yeah. So I would have been able to sort the problem out if I had a spare circuit, my delicious babies. But as it turns out, not. Okay, my delicious babies now then. So that's that anyway, bless. Yeah, he was telling myself, it doesn't really matter who you speak to these days, my delicious little babies, just going over the dots. It doesn't matter who you speak to these days, my delicious little babies. You either know somebody who very sadly is not very well, or you talk to somebody, then they know somebody else who's not very well, my delicious little babies, or got autism or something like that. Very sadly for everybody. Okay, my delicious little babies. And bless the dear little babies who have autism. And bless anybody, apart from the effers who pushed it. My delicious little babies, bless everybody else. Anyway, my delicious little babies, so let's begin, shall we? So, what do I have here? So this is called, these are all on YouTube, my delicious little babies, okay, because I actually haven't had the chance to look on any other platforms at the moment, okay? But I am managing to find some, let's just say, some little pieces of gold, shall we say, my delicious little babies, okay? So this uploader happens to have 75.2 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies. These are all capitals now. I've never seen this uploader before. So the chances are, with all of them now, it's a one-off, okay, my delicious little babies. These are all capitals, okay, in the old space bar, should anybody happen to have any form of an interest. Capital T, capital F, Sir Thomas, Freddie, capital T again, Tango, and capital C, Charlie. Okay, my delicious little babies, so it should read, once typed in, the old space bar, TF, TC. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, the video should read, and this video is just over 1 hour 44 minutes. Okay, my delicious little babies. And it should read, Doctor exposes what's really in the, full breakdown. Jessica Rose. Okay, my delicious little babies. So I'm just going to repeat that again for you. Doctor exposes what's really in the full breakdown. Jessica Rose. Okay, my delicious little babies. Okay. Seemed to be a lot of positive comments, my delicious little babies, okay, with this video. I just looked at some, okay, my delicious little babies, but nevertheless, an interesting video to listen to. So I've just got a little bit more to listen to, okay, my delicious little babies. So that's that. Now, the next one, my delicious little babies, is this uploader. Sorry, excuse me. This one here. Oh no, sorry, I need to go to this one. Now, for anybody kind enough yesterday to listen to my video, this is to do with Dubai again, my delicious little babies. This uploader, I did say that I was going to let you know who the uploader was. Okay, my delicious little babies, I just needed to find it. This uploader happens to have 4.36 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies. Like I said, they're all on YouTube. And it's called, so once type in capital U for umbrella, capital N for November, capital K for kitten. Okay, my delicious little babies. Hyphen, capital C, crimson. Okay, my delicious little babies, which is spelled CRRMSON. Oh, sorry, excuse me. And space, capital C, Chronicles. So once typed in, once again, should anybody happen to have any form of an interest, UNK hyphen Crimson Chronicles. Okay, my delicious babies. These videos are just over 30 minutes long, and it should read horror in Dubai. Okay, my delicious little babies. He bought her a villa, and this poor woman, bless her, her name was Emily. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? I do remember, actually, going back a long time ago when I was doing my readings on YouTube. I must get back to it. I did mention, there we are, the name Emily. Okay, my delicious little babies, there we are, because I can remember mentioning it anyway. Just came into my noddle. But turn the bedroom into a torture chamber. Yes, my delicious little babies, so I'm just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? Horror in Dubai. He bought her a villa, but turned the bedroom into a torture chamber. Yes, my delicious little babies, and like I said yesterday, this is a very, let's just say it's a very professional network, my delicious little babies, the way that they do this, okay? And I'll repeat it again. What they do is they look at the profiles. This is done, let's just say, the way I see it is, it's like, I'm so sorry to have to say, and, may these dear young women now rest in peace, bless the dear lasses. But let's just say it's a bit like to order. There we are, my delicious little babies. That's what this is. Okay. And and this Emily, bless her, this young woman, she made no secret about what she wanted to do, to travel to other parts of the world, and and make a laugh for herself. Okay. But very sadly, she fell into the, there we are, she fell into the trap, my delicious little babies, okay? And of course, because this is big business, do you see what I mean, okay? I'm pretty sure, because this uploader does not happen to have loads and loads of videos, okay? But I'm pretty sure that you'll find that there'll be probably in the region, there we are, of hundreds of young women, my delicious, there we are, little babies, okay, but very few make it out alive, my delicious little babies, very sadly. Some of them fall in love. You know, there's another one on there where they've fallen in love, and then one, bless her, she sold her apartment, because they got to get engaged. See, I'm stumbling there, rightfully so. Not changing my video. And well, why would you do that? When you actually listen to these realities, my delicious little babies, I really just do not get. I really find it difficult to understand. I'm not ignorant or arrogant to it. It's just that I wouldn't move somewhere. Do you understand what I mean? You would have to be 160% to do anything like that, my delicious little babies. But this is what I'm saying. There seems to be a lot of naivety. There we are, my delicious little babies, okay? And of course, it's an old-fashioned saying, isn't it? Love is blind, But it appears to myself that this is done, there we are, to order. And these putrid, dirty, filthy men now then, lower than a snake's belly, and you cannot get lower than that. This is big business. Colossal, there we are, big business, okay? And there are plenty, and that doesn't mean none, there are plenty of men who they're very happy to, some from Germany, mainly from America, born in the USA. Oh, yeah. And you should hear, what they have to say, you know what I mean? Like one of the poor young lassies had her eyelids sewn, her mouth sewn. And what was it that one of them who were watching, these dirty, filthy, putrid creatures? No screams, yeah, that was good. Well, how can the poor lass scream if she's got a flipping mouth sewn up, bless her? Do you see what I'm saying? This is completely, there we are, sick. They're sick in the flipping noddles, man. Do you see what I'm saying, okay? But those young lassies, they all had families and they all had, lovely families for most, I should have imagined, who very sadly, they're now without their daughter, maybe, sister, auntie, grandben. Do you understand what I mean, okay? But these just do not give a shit. They're putrid. Absolutely, my delicious little babies. And I just feel, there we are, that ones, there we are, need to be more aware of this. You know what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? I certainly wouldn't have done anything like that. Nothing for myself ever crossed me a noddle. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? It's just not something that even entered me a noddle, my delicious little babies. Do you understand what I mean? So, but this is a price, you see. And then they see the luxury, or they get told about, they probably see a few days of luxury, until it the tide turns, my delicious little babies. You know what I mean? But like I said, this is still going on, my delicious little babies. Now then, the next one, very sad. May they all rest in peace, bless them. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so the final one that I want to mention today, my delicious little babies, this uploader happens to have 16,100 subscribers, my delicious little babies, okay? And the uploader is called, I'm going to spell it for you, Thea Kushi. I'm going to spell it for you. Capital P, H, R, then a Y, A, space, capital K, Kushi, Kushr. Okay, my delicious little babies. So it's Thea. I presume that's how it's spelled. So my apologies if I've got that wrong. Thea Kushi. Okay, my delicious little babies. And the video should read, yeah. I was actually looking for videos, okay, my delicious little babies, and then I come across this one. Do you know what I mean? Mad delicious babies, okay? And it should read, rise of the new human race. Mm. You see, I prefer the word mankind, but it's this is what's been typed out as the part of the title. Lecture by Michio, Kushi, June 1984. My delicious babies. Oh gosh, I was 11 then. My delicious babies. I was 11 year of age then. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? Rise of the New Human Race, lecture by Michio Kushi. Okay, my delicious babies. Now that video there, I think is just over 44 minutes long, my delicious babies. So now we're going to close my book. Need to go back to where we need to, go back to my delicious babies anyway. So let's just have a quick discuss. So yeah, so this Michio Kushi, bless him, he well basically, if we fast forward it all these decades now, this is what we're seeing. There we are, my delicious babies. This is what we're seeing, and he draws diagrams and everything. There we are, my delicious little babies. Okay, very interesting. Bless his dear little soul. I'm not sure if he's alive. You know what I mean? My delicious little baby. I'll probably have to go and see if he's still alive. But yeah, it seems that everything what he said, there we are, certainly come to pass. My delicious little babies, from what I was listening to. Okay. Well worth a listen of that video, my delicious little babies. Okay. That's why when I say about older videos, my delicious little babies, it's always important to go back. Now, I know that, for some of our delicious little babies out there, you already are fully sorry, I didn't need to stumble there, fully aware of this. But for other delicious little babies, it's like ones only sort of want to look at the present and not to go backwards. But it's vitally important. There we are, that ones go backwards, my delicious little babies. Anyway, and finally, so I have this little ring. I've had it for years, my delicious little babies. I'm going to show it to you. It's only a little, it's not only, it was bought from me little baby daughters, okay? Well, they're grown up now, bless them, okay? But that's the ring there, look. Can you see it, my delicious little babies? It's got all different stones. Can you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? It's just a really pretty ring, and for some reason, and I don't wear them, like I said, as soon as I finish doing the video, these are $1.99 and they'll come straight out my ears, my delicious little babies. But something today, and I don't know what it is, said to wear it. There we are. And all the different stones, because you've got coral, you've got turquoise, you've got rose quartz, you've got jade, you've got, there's that citrine there. It looks like a citrine. I think have I got a bit of a, there's just lots of different little stones, my delicious little babies. I used to do that when I was in jewellery, I used to have all different stones, sort the stones out, for rings and, bracelets and necklaces and things like this now then, or ankle bracelets, mind you. I've had everything, necklaces, earrings, ankle bracelets. I used to always wear a gold ankle bracelet, my delicious babies, and I used to wear a toe ring, a gold toe ring as well, my delicious babies. I used to wear, was it 22 carat wedding ring on my thumb. And I used to be absolutely dripping in gold, my delicious babies. I used to have bangles, things, Cartier, all sorts. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? But these days, no. Okay, not for a long time. I'm just not, shall we say, drawn to it. I prefer this sort of thing, you know what I mean? But something has said, after all these years, I was bought this when they were younger, my delicious little babies, and after all these years, I'm wearing it. Very, very, very strange, my delicious little babies anyway. But there's plenty of feel good energy in my little ring, my delicious little babies from my beautiful baby daughters. You know what I mean? Okay, because they know what I'm like. You see, they know that I'm not materialistic in any sort of way. My delicious little babies, I'm not. I'm not. Anybody who knows me, my delicious little babies, sorry, I never needed to stumble there. Know that I'm not materialistic. Anything like that, or even a wooden ring. I did have a wooden ring. It was ever so pretty. Like lighter than a mahogany colour, and it was had all pretty little patterns, but it wouldn't fit. It was too um, large for my little finger, and then it was too small for my second finger. Do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies. It's just one of those. But anything like that, I much prefer. Do you see what I mean? Okay. But yeah, it's a nice little ring. I'll keep it on. There we are, just for a day. Then I'll take it off. You cannot wear it when you do washing up or anything like that now. Then do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies. Well, I suppose for most, with jewellery, when they do the washing up, they take their rings off and everything. Do you know what I mean? Well, you should really, because you end up with sore fingers, because they start to sweat underneath, with the water and everything, my delicious little babies. Anyway, so that's the end of my video. I'll just ramble on sometimes, my delicious little babies. Anyway, so I do hope that, whoever listens, you know, that you found the videos that I've advertised today, that we are most informative. Do you understand what I mean? My delicious babies, please and thank you. Anyway, so wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies. Oh, and just to let you know, one more thing, to do with that Dubai video. Um, there's a lot of crypto, that crypto that passes hands. There we are, my delicious little babies, crypto. Okay, my delicious little babies. But as with anything, it can be traced, can't it? My delicious little babies, do you see what I mean? Okay. So anyway, sending peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings to each and every one of you. May your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families, may you all be fully protected. And, wherever you are in the world, whether it is morning, afternoon, or evening, please have a beautiful time. Okay. There we are. And please enjoy your laugh. Okay. Wherever you are in the world. Okay. How I love you also. Thank you so very much for listening. Take care. Thank you. Love you. Goodbye.